Shalom Yasharala, and give all praise to Yahweh El Shai, double honors to GMS, and the rest of the prophets in the highways and byways. My name is Ibn.
My name is Akar. Today's topic is a heart. So today, Yasharala, we're going to do a lesson on the heart. It's not actually talking about your body organs, it's spiritual. It's your spiritual heart. So we're going to get right straight into the topic. First scripture is Deuteronomy 28:47. So we're going to teach that everything has a spiritual meaning to it. Like a Boston brother, he did a lesson on bowels. He's not talking about your actual intestine, it's spiritual. There's a scripture in John says the bowels of compassion. So everything's spiritual. Everything has a spiritual meaning to it in the scriptures.
What is it, brother?
Deuteronomy 28:47.
Deuteronomy 28:47. Because thou servest not Yahweh thy power with joyfulness and with gladness of heart for the abundance of all things.
So it says here, thou servest not the Most High with joyfulness and with gladness of heart and for the abundance of all things. So we're going to look up that word heart there. It comes from the Hebrew libab, which means a seat of emotions or passions. The mind, the heart, the soul. So that tells you the heart is spiritual, which is really from the Hebrew word lab. So it means your seat of emotion. So, like in the scriptures, be heart, mind, the bowels. It's all spiritual though. They're talking about your actual organs. Okay. So the next scripture, the second scripture is Acts 2:26. Acts 2:26.
Acts 2:26. Give me for a moment. Acts 2:26. Therefore did my heart rejoice, and my tongue was glad. Moreover, also my flesh shall rest in hope.
So this is scripture in Acts on the day of Pentecost. And the word heart there is from Greek cardia, which means that's like cardiac. Means passion, affection, desires. So that's what heart means, your emotions. And they have some sayings but like that too, like lion-hearted, brave-hearted, or like when you're sorrowful, they say you're broken-hearted. Does that mean your heart actually split in two? Now that's talking about spiritual. You're broken spiritually. In some scriptures it says their heart melted. We're going to get into that later. But does that mean their heart literally melted? That's spiritual.
So that's why they say, they have a saying like, I gave all my heart to that. I gave all my heart to studying. That's what he's saying. I gave all my heart to this.
Which means your emotion and your feeling. That's what means your passion, your zeal. That's what heart means. Okay? So the next scripture is Psalms 13 verse 2. Psalms 13 verse 2. And after the scripture we're gonna go to the dictionary, the Bible Concordance Zondervan, and prove that the heart is not talking about your actual heart. It's spiritual. So read Psalms 13:2.
Psalms 13 verse 2. How long will I take counsel my soul, having sorrow in my heart daily? How long shall mine enemy be exalted over me?
So like sorrow in my heart, like I said, brokenhearted. So what Dave was saying, he was really brokenhearted. He was sad in spirit. He was sorrowful. Because of the enemy. The so-called white man and these heathens, they're ruling over us, they're oppression. So he had sorrow in his heart. Does it mean your actual heart? Or somewhat, if it's spiritual, your mind, your soul. His soul was sad. Okay? So the next scripture is Deuteronomy 15:10. Deuteronomy 15:10.
Deuteronomy 15:10. Thou shalt surely give him, and thine heart shall not be grieved when thou givest unto him. Because that for this thing, Yah thy power shall bless thee in all thy works and in all that thou puttest thine hand unto.
Con. So it's from Hebrew, and blue letter say Levi, which really that's false because there's no V in the Hebrew alphabet. It's really Lav, which means inner mind, soul, understanding, your inner mind, your knowledge, and soul and understanding, like what I said. So heart is really the seat of emotions and passions. You got any says? Say it right now. Got any scripture? So look up the word heart. The word heart in the Zondervan's. So what it's going to tell you? It's going to tell you that heart is not physical. It's spiritual. Spiritual mentally. Okay.
All right.
Heart's the mind.
I have heart. Heart. It says in the Bible, the heart is regarded as being the seat of the intellect, the feelings, and the will. E.g., every imagination of the thoughts of his heart. Genesis 6 verse 5 would imply intellect. Comfort your hearts. Genesis 18 verse 5. Or strengthen your heart. As in ASV would imply feeling. So,
says anything about state of emotions?
Yeah, it says something about seat of emotions. It says the heart is deceitful above all things and desperately wicked.
Yeah, so you got to the point. So heart means seat of emotions, your passion, your feeling. So when, like we read in Psalms previously, when it means he had sorrow in his heart, which means he was sad. He was sad mentally of the oppression of the wicked. Okay. 2 Samuel 17:10. We don't have a scripture, we're just gonna get to the point and prove that the heart is spiritual. What I said earlier. 2 Samuel 7:10. Alright, 2 Samuel 17:10.
2 Samuel 17 verse 10. And he that is valiant, whose heart is as the heart of a lion, shall utterly melt.
So hold on, does that literally mean their heart gonna melt in them? No, that don't mean that. Okay, so keep reading.
Or does that mean that they're gonna have a heart of a lion? Shall utterly melt. For all Israel knoweth that thy father is a mighty man, and they which be with him are valiant men.
So that mean a little heart of a lion. Like when you're brave, they say like you're lion-hearted. Or you're brave heart, which means you're brave, you're warlike.
Yeah, you're warlike.
So that's the spirit of Israel. The spirit of Israelites back then, and some of them still do, but the spirit of Israelites back then had the heart of a lion, which means they were brave and courageous. Okay? So the next scripture is Psalms 22:14. Psalms 22:14. Have patience, Joshua. We're almost done. Psalms 22:14.
Psalms 22:14. I am poured out like water, and my bones are out of joint. My heart is like wax; it is melted in the midst of my bowels.
So, and heart is like wax. So what does that mean? He was sorrowful spiritually. He was mourning. That's David was mourning for his people, and there it means la, which means inner mind, soul, understanding, and knowledge. So it goes back to the word soul, inner mind again. It's spiritual. It's a spiritual thing. All right.
That's why they say that you broken my heart.
God, yeah, you broke my heart. Yeah, like what I said earlier.
Yeah, you hurt my heart today.
Which means you really hurt your feelings, your emotions. Okay? So the next scripture is Genesis 42:28. We don't have that much. Genesis 42:28. Genesis 42:28.
Genesis 42 verse 28. It says, and he said unto his brethren, my money is restored, and lo, it is even in my sack. And their heart failed them. They were afraid, saying one to another, what is this that Yahweh had done to us?
So, which means their heart failed them, which means that they were afraid. They were very afraid. They had fear. They were fearful. Okay? So heart, I tell you that heart and bowels is the same thing. In the scripture Joseph, I think in Genesis, it says his bowels yearned upon him. Does this mean his bowels actually burst out in front of all his brothers? No, that means he had compassion. he had zeal because he didn't see his brothers for a while, so he had zeal that he met them. So this is Joshua 5 verse 1. Joshua 5 verse 1.
Joshua 5 verse 1. And it came to pass, when all the kings of the Amorites, which were on the side of Jordan, westward, and all the kings of the Canaanites, which were by the sea, heard that Yahweh had dried up the waters of Jordan from before the children of Israel, until we were passed over, that their heart melted, neither was their spirit in them any more, because of the children of Israel.
So what it's saying there, but basically the whole story was because Israel was trying to go across the river to go to the city of Jericho, and the Levites was carrying the Ark of the Covenant. So what happened? They thought that was going to be that was going to drown in the water, but the Most High dried up the water so it would go straight through. So it says their heart melted, and the word heart there is again means, or also means conscience, passion, seat of emotions, and melt means to faint. So that was like that was surprise. They fainted because of that. They never seen such a thing. So does it literally mean their heart? No, it's a spiritual thing. Their feelings, they were heartbroken. Okay? Deuteronomy 30 verse 17. Deuteronomy 30 verse 17.
It's like in cartoons, like when a cartoon character will love, like their eyes will have hearts.
Calm. Yeah. Deuteronomy 30 verse 17. Yeah.
Deuteronomy 30 verse 17. It says, but if thine heart turn away, so that thou wilt not hear, but shall be drawn away, and worship other gods and serve them.
So when the heart turned away, they were being rebellious. They didn't want to listen. Their spirit didn't want to listen to that. And once again, heart means inner mind, soul, understanding, and knowledge. So that soul they wanted to hear, their soul turned away from that. Because Israel was basically being rebellious. Okay?
So they gotta sing like when somebody's like they say your heart is a mile away.
Calm, which means the spirit's not there.
Yeah.
The spirit or something else. So the heart means a spirit. That's what the heart means, your spirit. Because the scripture in Ezekiel says they'll give them a heart of flesh and a heart of stone. The Bible is not the way it sounds. It's spiritual, it's parabolic. And stone's like hard, because our people are literally hard-headed. And the stones talking about the wickedness. So that's what that means. So the last scripture is Mark 12:30. The last and final scripture is Mark 12:30. Mark 12:30.
Mark 12 verse 30. And thou shalt love Yahweh thy power, of all thy heart, of all thy soul, of all thy mind, and with all thy strength. This is the first commandment.
So all the desire and passion, all your emotion, all your feeling, that you can serve the Most High with. And that only refers to Israel, because in 29 it says, Hear, O Israel. All thy mind, all the understanding, that's what it's talking about. So all we wanted to say, that heart is a spiritual thing. It's not physical, it's a spiritual thing. Okay, you got anything to say before we close out?
Well, we hope you learned something new today. Keep on praying and hastening the days.
And to open your eyes of Yahshua on new lessons. So, Shalom Yahshua.
Shalom.
Let's say Esau, let's say the wicked. That's America.